You need to have endless belief in yourself, because if you have endless belief in yourself, that is how you will get other people to believe in you. If you work hard and if you're disciplined, on top of you already being talented, then on top of that you got good character, honey, you can accomplish anything that you put your mind to. So word for thought, food for thought, clock it. Believe in yourself as much as you possibly can, because that's how you're gonna get other people to believe in you. Mwah!
Let me tell you the secret most people will never admit. The world doesn't pay the most skilled person. It pays the most confident one. That's why you'll see people with half your talent making 10 times more money, because confidence sells and skill just fulfills it. So let me break it all down, girl. Hey, Rych Babes, it's Ron Milan, and welcome back to my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share, and I'll be back at the end with the rest of my commentary.
With passion comes confidence. Honestly, if I had to help somebody out with confidence, I would say honestly, just like, fuck it. If you're shy and all that, like, that sounds so inconsiderate for the shy ones. My bad. But honestly, I would say that with passion comes confidence. If you don't have passion in what you're trying to do, then obviously you're not naturally going to have confidence in it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like with whatever business you do start, make sure that you are passionate about it, because if you're not passionate about it, you're just making money off of it, and that's going to last but so long. You know what I'm saying?
People don't believe what you're saying because of the way that you're saying it. This is a sales hack that I use to help me make a lot of money, but it's also a life hack that I use that helps me to get literally any and everything that I want. People aren't going to listen to you simply because they feel like what you have to say is not as valuable as you think it is. And it's the way you're presenting it and the way that you're saying it that's either going to convince this person that they should be listening or to completely ignore you. There's a lot that I can cover with this topic, but I'm going to talk on this one specific point, and it's tone. In communication as a whole, we do one of two things. We either make statements or ask questions. More than just saying the words, the tone of the voice you're using will indicate if something is a statement or if it is a question. When we tend to raise our voices up, it sounds kind of doubtful, like it's going to be a question, even if we're not saying a question, just because the tone is higher. That's also super annoying. I know people who talk like that, and it's like, ah. In contrast, if we talk down and bring our points down, even if we do have a question, it's still going to sound like a statement. For example, you like Beyonce? You like Beyonce? I can pose a question and I can go up with my tone or down with my tone, and raising my tone makes it sound like an inquisition or like a question, whereas if I'm going down with my question, it's way more assumptive and it sounds way more like a judgment / statement. It has a period at the end of that, whereas if I go up, it has a question mark at the end of that. And this is so helpful to get the things that you want. If you're on a sales call with someone and you want someone to want something, you've got to talk about it with certainty using statements, not with questions. Same thing within life. You want things to go more your way, you have to have certainty in your thought first and foremost, and then secondly, in your tone. You're welcome.
If you want to be more confident, then you have to get over yourself. That is the fastest way to gain confidence. Honestly, sit down and recognize where you're taking too much stock in what other people are thinking about you. Because at the end of the day, you're the one that's living your life, no one else. You get to make all the decisions. You get to decide how much stock you put into what people think and say about you. And really, your only job in life is to be authentically you. So go out there and stop caring. Literally just try it. Doors will open and you'll feel so much better, more liberated, and more free. And more importantly, save this video for when you need a reminder.
If you're a girly who has a deep fear of being seen, here's 3 ways that you can build your confidence in business and professional settings. I went from a girl who was literally scared to speak up in meetings, professional spaces, go out to networking events. I had such a deep fear of being seen, to a woman who's confident in any room that she steps into because of these 3 tips. Tip number 1 is to politely learn when to correct people. All of this, do this politely, have tact, be a lady. Those things should go without being said. But I used to literally let people mispronounce my name and not correct them because I was so shy, which is very shocking to a lot of people who see me on the internet now. But I was so shy to correct people for mispronouncing my name or telling their own facts of the story of my actual life and my lived experiences. Once I learned how to politely correct people and be like, that's actually not what happened. I lived it, so I know that's not what happened. Or, this is the way you pronounce my name. You build up the confidence to correct people's misleading facts, rumors, misconceptions, and that will help you advocate for yourself. Which goes into tip number 2, which is learning how to advocate for yourself in small daily interactions. If someone messes up your coffee order, correct them politely. Hey, I didn't want this coffee. Is there any way we can switch it out? Yada, yada, yada. Or if somebody cuts you in the line, hey, just letting you know we were in front of you. Doesn't have to be rude, but learning how to advocate for yourself in small daily interactions is going to help wire your brain for when those big things come along. You're not scared to go to HR, or you're not scared to advocate for yourself when some type of wrongdoing is being done, because you've built up the confidence in your small daily interactions. And tip number 3 is to learn the language of the industry that you're in. So for example, if you're a nurse, you're gonna wanna know medical terms, right? If you're a businesswoman, you're gonna wanna learn business terms. You can learn these terms by listening to podcasts, reading books are really good, because you're gonna automatically start using the verbiage of what you're reading and listening to. I still use flashcards to this day to learn acronyms in my industry and practice out loud in the mirror to learn acronyms and speak professionally in spaces, because sometimes when you're in the space, you just get so nervous and you start to like freeze up. That used to be me, but with practice and just constantly listening to the language of whatever industry or niche that you're in, you're going to feel more confident, because you're going to be able to speak with confidence and knowledge in whatever area or expertise that you're in.
This is why having my own business has made me a more confident person. Having your own business is like having an extreme hobby. I would even compare it to an athlete in some ways. Like an extreme hobby or a sport, you always have to be working on yourself to get better at it. You have to participate or train almost every day of your life. With business, it's the same. You always have to be working towards growing or scaling or improving. And that, in many ways, can be great for your mental health, which leads me to number 2. Having my own business means that I always have something to do. So if all my friends are busy and everyone I know is out living their own lives, then I don't sit around and feel bad for myself, and I'm definitely never bored. A business is like a very available friend that is always happy to have your attention. Okay, number 3, because I've been in business for almost 5 years and I put so much time and effort into this thing. I've had so many wins and lots of losses too, but so many wins over the past 5 years that my business is something that I can always be confidently so proud of. The confidence that owning a business brings you over the years. It's not like a new haircut or a brand new outfit. Those things are great for confidence too. But having my own business has just unlocked a new level of confidence for me. And then number 4, having my own business as a more introverted person has forced me to come out of my shell, and it's forced me to meet new people, make new connections, and I've met so many amazing friends through Reserve Fit. And overall, I'm just a more connected individual when it comes to knowing people in plenty of different communities, and that is also great for your confidence. Okay, and then number 5, knowing that I can endure hard things in my business has given me a level of confidence that I don't think I could have gotten anywhere else. And getting through some of that really tough stuff in the last 5 years has given me the confidence to know that I can do hard things in other areas of my life. And trust me, I've gone through some really hard stuff in my business, and when shit hits the fan in my personal life, I just go back to that and I remember that I can do hard things. So anyway, if you're thinking of starting your own business, do it, because at the very least, it's going to improve your confidence, especially if you're a more reserved or introverted person like I am. And it just does wonders for your mental health. It can be very hard on your mental health sometimes, but overall, I have to say, I've gained so much confidence because of my business and because I own my own business. So if you're looking to start a business, I say go for it. It's amazing for your confidence.
That's something that people are not going to tell you. If you don't feel confident applying for a position, then you don't deserve the position. The only time you're going to get anything in life is if you feel worthy and deserving of it.
I feel like a lot of people think that being confident is just about feeling good about yourself and having a really high perception of yourself, but it's more about just knowing who you are as a person. Because feeling good about yourself is just having high self-esteem. But in order to be truly confident at your core, You just have to know yourself to the core. So you can start by asking yourself questions like, what do I like? What do I not like? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? How would I describe myself in 3 words to another person? And if you can't answer any of those questions, or you feel like you struggle to answer any of those questions, I think it might be time to start looking within. But these are just my 2 cents. Do what you want with that.
Confidence is going to get you far in life. If you are sure about yourself, if you are sure about your accomplishments, and you are sure about how you show up in the world, people will recognize that and they will respect you. But the minute you decide to be meager, the minute you decide to go beneath what you feel you are, then people will take advantage of that and they will use it against you. Walk in confidence. There's no other way to do it. I don't care how scared you are to be seen, to be noticed, or just to show off your skills and capabilities. Do that, because that's your gift. That's what you came here with. And show up every day, especially for yourself.
I think confidence is key. Confidence can make anyone sexy. Anyone sexy. A good smile too, but really, if you rock who you are and own that walking into a room, there's nothing cooler than that. Like, you will own a room moving like that.
All right, so we live in a culture that glorifies skills like more degrees, more certifications, more training, more experience. And don't get me wrong, like, skills really does matter. But let's be real, skills without confidence don't pay nothing. How many women do you know are very brilliant and talented and overqualified, but still underpaid and overlooked? Okay. And then you see someone with less talent, but with a bold voice and fearless pitch, a commanding presence, and they're cashing checks. That's not luck. That is confidence. So here's the truth. Confidence is the currency that multiplies your skill. You can be the smartest woman in the room, but if you don't believe in yourself enough to show up, speak up, and ask for more, you'll always be broken. Confidence is the difference between quietly doing the work and boldly demanding the reward. Okay, so think about it. In business, clients don't buy the best. They buy the person who makes them feel secure. That's confidence. In jobs, bosses don't promote the most qualified. They promote the one who acts like the leader. That's confidence. And in life, opportunities don't go to the invisible. They go to the ones who aren't afraid to be seen. That's confidence, okay? And confidence is magnetic. It makes people trust you, like follow you and pay you. And here's the kicker. Confidence is built and not born, okay? So how do you actually build it? So step 1, decide, girl. Confidence starts with a decision, not a feeling. You don't wait until you feel ready. You move, and confidence just grows after. Step 2 is practice visibility. Start speaking up, posting, and promoting and pitching, right? The more you practice being seen, the less scary it gets, all right? Step 3 is anchor to identity. Stop saying, I'm trying, and start saying, I am. Language shapes belief, and belief fuels confidence, okay? And let me be real. Skills will get you in the door, but confidence is what keeps you in the room. Skill says, I can. Confidence says, I deserve, okay? The richest women aren't always the most talented. They're the ones who believe in their value enough to demand it. They stop shrinking, they stop second guessing, and they stopped waiting for permission. So, rich babe, if you are sitting on some talent, girl, but not cashing checks, the missing link isn't another skill. It's confidence. Confidence to show up, confidence to sell yourself, confidence to demand more, because the world will only ever pay you what you believe that you are worth, okay? And confidence proves that belief. And this is exactly why I am pivoting this channel, okay? So something big is coming, and I'm about to put my Rich Babes on game in ways that will shift your money, your mindset, and your business forever, girl, okay? So go ahead and sign up for the Rich Babe VIP email list right now so you don't miss what's next. at richmilanco.com. And if you are ready to upgrade your mindset, girl, go ahead and grab that Rich Mindset Mastery course. All right, all the links are in the description box below. So listen, I'll see you at the top because the bottom is too crowded. Until next time, Rich Babes, stay rich. Love you.